Okay. Well, hello everybody. My name is Tim with Two Buds One Shroom, and this is my setup. This is our studio. This is Two Buds One Small Bedroom Condo Studios, and I didn't think I'd ever get this figured out and set up nicely. And I feel like I don't know what else to say. I feel like I've got a pretty decent start so far. I'm recording with just my iPhone. The camera that I bought needs to go back. I don't know how I look right now because I can't see what's on that iPhone. And I got to get used to stuff like this, like hitting the mic stand. But I'll learn it. And I appreciate y'all's patience and waiting for me to get this started. This is just a little test video. I just wanted to test my lighting rig that I set up because I had to learn all this stuff within the past several days and fail several times in several parts of my condo here. This is like I don't know. This is probably the best spot that I've picked. It is the best spot that I've picked. It is probably the first spot I should have picked, but I'm not good at this stuff. So what can you say? So real quick note, I'm just testing stuff out. Hopefully I sound good. I've got to edit the external audio source. So audio is going one place, video's in another. So I've got to, again, I keep hitting things like I'm learning. I'm going to try to edit this thing together, make it look nice and just release it to see what you guys think and maybe get some feedback. And I've been thinking a lot about like how am I gonna? I've been dreading for a long time of like how I'm gonna do the intro episode, especially when I was going to be working and doing the Spore Swaps podcast, because I was always so worried that I was going to say something that was not going to be on brand with what the owner has going already. You know what I mean? I don't ever want to damage someone's hard work in their business, but here I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. And, I got to just deal with the consequences then. Hopefully I don't say anything that's too awful. Speaking of that, let's talk about what we are going to talk about, what we are going to say. So we're going to talk about mental health, but I don't want to be a mental health podcast. Mainly because I don't have like any expertise in mental health. I'm not a professional. I came from finance. Like, what do I know? But we're going to talk about mental health topics without being a mental health podcast, because mental health podcasts to me seem kind of boring. I want to like add some color in real life, rubber meets the road type of stuff. And really the audience for this podcast is going to be people that are sick and tired of feeling like shit. And, they may have some ailments going on or diagnoses, and they just don't want to let that run their life anymore. And I was there. I know that. I was depressed for a long time. Now that I think back on it, 15 years is the number I kind of came up with. And the past 15 or 16 months, I've been able to crush it. I was in really rough shape. I should probably post my picture here or there, or just on the screen, of how bad I looked. The picture of me looking bad matched up with how I felt mentally. And I left my job to do this. Like, I had to resign at work to even do this thing, to speak freely about this stuff. It's, the story that I have is really damn important and people need to hear it. I was able to really beat depression, and I was deep in the fog. I had 15 years of practice at it. I was a good guy underneath, and, I had some strengths that I had, but I lost touch of all that. And I just felt worthless for such a long time. And, you carry that around with you. And unfortunately, it has ripple effects. and relationships, and translates to your work life. And next thing you know, it just runs your life and it takes over. And very fortunately, through a mix of therapy, ketamine therapy, vitamin D supplementation, like nutrition stuff, and psilocybin mushrooms, like the responsible use of those, like psychedelic medicine. But most importantly, gosh, I would have never, ever guessed that my root problem was a nutrition thing. I'm a smart dude, but I would have never been convinced that that had anything deeply profound going on with my mental health. And it did. Oh my gosh, I've never had the consistency in my life that I've had right now as a 38-year-old man. I've had the most consistency ever in the past like 15 months, 16 months now. And I've been able to chip away and make my life better. I've been able to put in the work. It's not, and what I'm saying here isn't going to work for everyone. Oh, so we're going to talk about all the different treatments that are out there. And again, I'm not a medical professional, but I can talk about them. I can have an opinion on them. And, we're going to learn about them. We're going to have some experts on. We're going to have some people that have been in my shoes before, or, sometimes some situations that are, much more severe, and learn about them and their story and how they got better. And then we're going to learn about things that made their life better. And we're going to share all that stuff. It's all going to be on like one podcast. And I'm going to do like a YouTube series where I just talk about stuff, like life stuff that's going to be good. And I think it's going to be really interesting to hear. I've had a unique sequence of events in my life. Not just like my story and what I went through, but like I have a pretty unique perspective on a lot of things. So I'm going to share some of that, and I've got some cool stuff planned too. I'm going to dive deep into and talk to some mushroom cultivators. I'm going to talk to who am I going to talk to? I'm kind of blanking out here, but we're going to just meet some people and explore their wisdom and just learn what life hacks that they have in their life that make it so much better. And we're going to keep all the changes that you can make that make a big, profound difference, like digestible. So, maybe if you tune in and maybe you hear the message one week and you're like, all right, I learned something, but that didn't sound like me. But you tune in next week and you're like, oh my God, this guy sounds like me. And I really like what he had to say. Like, not only that, but that thing he shared at the end of that wisdom that his grandpa shared with him and that stuck around with him for like 20 years until he finally got it. Like, that makes sense to me now. And then all of a sudden, you can start to implement that change. And all of a sudden, like over time, just like it just starts to compound, like grow, like inch by inch. And then it starts growing like bamboo, like feet a day. And then, just makes your life better. And that's just like one small change, like one small change that is out there. And we're going to take the approach that all these tools that are out there and all these small changes, we're just going to experiment with them, try them out. And on the medical side, whether it's treatments or medications or, we're going to talk about psychedelic medicine. It's new. It's not legal in a lot of places, but we're going to talk about it. Like nutrition, that's a tool. We're going to talk about alcohol. Alcohol is not a good tool. It's poison. People try to use it as a tool. Does not help them a lot in the long run. Some people can have a healthy relationship with it. And that's the key thing is have a healthy relationship with all these options out there and respect the medicine that respect things that you put in your body, but building respect for yourself, building self-esteem. I really needed that. And I did. I've built some things just because I'm a research type of like mind, I guess. Like before I do anything, I really exhaustively look into it. And very fortunately I did, because I've kind of built some ideas that, have worked well for me, and I want to share them on Two Buds, One Shroom. Well, that's my job for this. Gosh. Like I have this plan, okay? I really don't have a plan. I'm in it for the right reason. I would eventually like to, my goal is to be able just to do this, make, video and content, and meet people and get their story and give people that need a platform to share what they've been through and how they got better. And I want people that hear this and tune in. And there's so much things in life that compete for time, right? I'm competing for everyone else's time, basically, in your life. My hope is that if you tune in, if you listen to us, your life will get better for tuning in. And the people that you know, when you see them struggling, or if you know of someone struggling, you can pass them a link to have them tune in. Not from a subscriber count standpoint, but from the standpoint that they needed to hear that message, whatever the message may be that day. Maybe it resonates with them, and maybe it's the beginning of them changing their life for the better. So that's what Two Buds, One Shrooms, I'm trying to make it. There's twobuds1shroom.com, which is our website. Not much is up there right now. And I've got some cool ideas coming. Twobuds1shroom.net is our Reddit. Got 105 members. Haven't even released a video yet. Twobuds1shroom.org will take you to our Discord. And I got a lot of stuff there. I got a lot of knowledge bases, because me being the nerd that I am and not a scientific guy and or a medical guy, I have at least tried to track the people down that know the stuff and find it on YouTube and find the source studies and kind of boil it down to where it's digestible. It's one thing to get a link to something. It's another thing to read it. But I just want to keep things digestible. If you forget it, like I have forgotten a lot, by the way, I refer back to it until I memorize this stuff, and I'm getting really good at it. And today I got a really good phone call. The other bud in Two Buds, One Shroom is my buddy Matt, who I've known since high school, and one of my best friends. His mom called me today, and her blood sugars were like dangerously high, like 300 plus. I think she said 330, and that's like medical crisis level of sugars. But apparently she measured that high. She called me today, and she's been, I just had a phone. I reached out to her. That's one good thing about that going through depression is coming out the other side of it and feeling better. It allows you to have different conversations with people. And I did that with Matt's mom. Just talk to her about nutrition and stuff. And I'm not a nutrition guru if you look at me, but I know some things about some stuff. And I shared that with his mom, and she brought her blood sugars down within I think it's the end of week 2 of her actually eating better. They're down in the 140s. Like, that makes me feel so good. And there's more about me wanting to talk about what makes me feel good, because that's what actually caused me to come up with this idea. I've had this since October, or maybe a little bit before that. I don't know. I'll look back. I think October. But thanks for being patient, and hopefully I can figure out all this stuff that I need to learn to make this a good production. I need some help. If you want to help, come contact me. 2 Buds, One Shroom Tim. Hi. Nice to meet you. I am looking for some people that can help. There are things that I may need help with that I can't pay you money on, like being a knowledge-based contributor on our Discord. But there are some things, some services that I will need. I would like to design some t-shirts. I would like to have an editor that is good, has a sense of humor. I like to have a sense of humor. So I would like these videos to have a sense of humor. I'm going to try to edit this one, though. I need to learn. That's about it. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you like the setup here. I've worked really hard over the past couple days to only end up shooting it with my iPhone. I need to upgrade, but I am making do with what I have, and I am analysis by paralysis and the research on what I need to get. But we're getting there. Thank you for tuning in. More coming. We're going to end the video the same way every time. Some people just need to hear this. Lord knows I did. Just keep doing the best you can. If you're struggling, just keep doing the best you can. And you're going to have the new mindset, especially when you tune into us, that you're going to have some little things that you can take forward and just try them out and experiment. Just keep experimenting. Do the best you can. Give yourself some grace. If you don't have a good week, don't spiral. I used to spiral. There are some things that you could do, especially with nutrition, that will prop up how you're feeling and keep your mood up and help control your anxiety. We're going to get into those. You need to tune in for those. There are some things in nutrition that people need to revisit that aren't being taught in school. And if I did learn them in school, I forgot. Yeah. Number one, keep doing the best thing you can. And number two, keep paying good things forward. Like, make the decision to pay good things forward. Even if you didn't receive a good thing, you start it. You know, and I've been doing a lot of that. And I feel really good, and that makes me feel good. And today I had someone that I met on Reddit just as like, I think he likes what I'm trying to do here or something, or he feels bad for me. But Big Booty Daddy, man, thanks for sending... thanks for sending some panels. I'm supposed to be getting some panels to put up someplace, somewhere. And I'm like, can I cover shipping? But like, he didn't have to do that. That's sweet. And it's really sweet. Like, not from the, like really soft, it's really sweet standpoint, but like, yeah, sweet, dude. Like that word. Yeah, keep paying good things forward, because I think that what you put out there, you're definitely going to get back. But if you just do it because you just want to be a good person, it makes you feel good. Once you put it out there, you get to go home and get in the shower. I like to lay down in the shower. That's just me. Let the water run over you, but you get to stay with yourself, and as you're evaluating the day, like, you get to digest the idea that you did the right thing, and nobody else knows except for you and God, but that marinates inside your head, and that will pay off, and that will lead to good things. So come join our Discord and get to know us and subscribe and tune in, and I'm excited to get going. I can't believe I did all that in one take. I feel like that went pretty good. 2 buds, 1 shroom, man. We're working on it. Have a good one.